Hey guys, what is up? Bringing you another Wi-Fi battle. This one is like the last two for today, even though they were one video. This is double battles on the rating battle. Unfortunately, as I've mentioned before, we can't do those special battles because Mandabuzz is illegal. But as with the restriction of monotypes, there's not much we can do about that because the pickings would be slim otherwise. I brought the pokes that I brought because, hey, I did not really know what else to do, and these guys have been working pretty well together. So, we'll see where that takes us. I mean, I already know, but you guys don't. So, I actually start with a different lead this time. I start with Crocodile and Sableye because I did see the Mienshao. I really don't know how to pronounce that name. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And as a dark team, Mienshao is a scary, scary thing. But yeah, I thought he was gonna go for Trick Room with the Kofagrigus, so I taunted him, so he can't do that. And then I hit him with Knockoff. Now I completely forgot about Mummy, so there's one thing that kind of made my Sableye a little bit useless at this point. But he did go for Trick Rooms, which is fantastic for me. So I have to switch out. I go into BISHARP, which is a bit of a scary decision to do, but I do it anyway. He switches out his Kofagrigus, I'm assuming because his only attack must have been Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball's not going to be doing very much to me. But I go for the Toxic on the Druddigon, which might sound weird because, you know, considering my Mienshao could theoretically destroy my entire team, you would think I would focus on Mienshao. But that's not the case here. I was more worried about the Kofagrigus with Hidden Power Fire, because, fighting rather, because that would just 100% just destroy me. So I switch out my Crocodile here because I know I can come back in and use the Intimidate at a later time, and plus with all the physical threats out on at this point, I want to get those Will-O-Wisps off. I set up a sub with my BISHARP, which ends up not being too useful because he goes for the Earthquake, and that is 100% going to take my sub out. So it was kind of a pointless move, but I didn't expect Druddigon to have Earthquake. So you live, you learn. I say this a lot. So of course I have to get BISHARP out of there. Even though I'm faster, I don't think I'm going to one-hit KO. I bring in Crocodile for that Intimidate, and it works out. Sableye goes for that Will-O-Wisp on the Kofagrigus, which might sound weird, but at this point, I really do think he only has Shadow Ball, so I'm not too worried. Dragon Claw KOs my Sableye, but it's not the end of the world, because I did get the burn off on the Kofagrigus, and even though he has Trick Room, I'm not 100% scared. A little nervous at this point, though, so because, you know, he still has the Mienshao, who's going to come back in unburnt and unintimidated, so it is kind of a scary proposition facing me. I bring in BISHARP because I know even though regardless of the Trick Room, I still have Sucker Punch. So I Sucker Punch the Druddigon, believe it or not, because that is the scariest thing on the field. I'm still working on the context that Kofagrigus only has Shadow Ball because why else would he switch out? Kofagrigus goes for the Will-O-Wisp on my Crocodile, which is thankfully missing. I go for the awesome crunch, killing him, and even though I become Mummy, I don't really care because my ability only counts when I switch in, and at this point it's not going to be doing very much until I switch out. So thank you for that. But Crocodile's hanging in. I know the Mienshao's going to be coming in. I either can stay in and try and take an attack, or I can switch out. So I actually stay in. You know, I didn't think Grass Knot would be coming my way. That was one of the least I expected like Focus Blast or something like that, or I really don't know, but I didn't see Grass Knot coming, so that was something that I should have seen coming. But I go for the sub, which again, why am I going for the sub? You know, there's a Drain Punch in Mienshao right here. But hey, you know, this may not have been the best match I've ever had. But I sent out Greninja, and I know this thing hits hard. But I finally go for the Sucker Punch on the Ranunculus. That thing needs to go down. It does. I become Mummy, which really doesn't matter because he doesn't have anything that's going to be lowering my stats on his side. So I don't have anything to really, need those boosts for. So he goes for the Drain Punch. That's going to kill me. So now it's Greninja versus Mienshao. He loses his Regenerator, but again, not really the end of the world because if you think about it, he's down to his last Pokemon anyway. So I use Scald. I still haven't gotten Hydro Pump on this guy. But you know what? Scald's been doing its job, believe it or not, so I might not even, because that chance of burn is great. So Mienshao goes down, and that's the battle. I made some pretty poor decisions and so on, but still a battle nonetheless. I appreciate your watching. Thank you very much. Have a great day.